This is a lot more and more. Well, howdy again. This is Tom, Lohre, and Mr. Singh back at the cafe at Clifton Market with our local broadcast. It's a sunny day here, and we're looking forward to spring.
Yeah, spring is right around the corner, and we are all ready for spring. A lot of deals, and yeah, I'm looking forward to. I'm done with this cold weather. It's been a brutal winter. We haven't had this cold winter in a while, I think. Yeah. So
well, it's been really cold and rainy in California and Mexico, and it's put a real pinch on the produce here. I've been mentioning the produce report, and it's unusual, but it's coming back, and pretty soon we're going to have the fantastic vegetables that come in the spring.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Mother Nature, you have to roll with the punches, you know. So it is what it is. It makes the price go high on certain things. But hopefully, we are all geared up for spring. I think you have another party coming up here soon, right?
Oh, yes, yeah. Easter, April 17th, Wednesday. We'll have a little egg hunt here in the cafe, and we'll give out another gift card, and we'll get all put the balloons back up. We'll have to have Easter colors.
Yeah, so, like every time you say that, if you haven't made it back to the market yet, please come on in and see for yourself all the new changes and how well the market is stocked now. So it's a spring break this week. UC is on spring break, so it's a little slower than usual, but other than that, everything is looking good.
Well, that reminds me, Clifton supports the store, and UC supports the store, but we got a big Clifton area. I think that we're looking forward to using that coupon in the Clifton Chronicle that came to your house. There's a $5 off or $35 order. That'll help bring in the Clifton people.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good deal, I think. If you get Chronicle, just rip it out and use it. And yeah, if you just... Yeah.
How many of those coupons have you redeemed?
I had to see, but not a whole lot. I don't think.
Well, see, this is good. This means that we have a great advantage to keep going with this, because if there's a few, then each one of those persons probably really came over to see again what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, the core support is there. It's just the people who, for whatever reason, are refusing to come in or haven't made it back yet. Those are the people we're trying to get back. Yeah, so
it's really moving ahead, and we're looking forward to the party in the spring, and I guess we'll just look forward to March Madness.
Yeah, March Madness, and Bearcats were dancing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we got the special beers here. Andrew pulled out from Founders a stout KBS, and also from Founders CBS, the specialty beers here. That's all the rage. So we have the exclusivity on this. So come by and check out that. And you can always check us out on beermenu.com.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of the chips and the snacks and the party trays for March Madness, and all you're watching your team dance. Come on, and fill up the supplies. And
yes, Inspired Organics has a great end caps here with the chips and salsa, everything you could imagine. Inspired Organics. It looks like a great product.
Yeah, organic, healthy, and we have a lot of selection of that, in the end cap in the store. So if there's anything else that you need or you want us to carry, just let us know, and we'll make sure we get it in.
Yes. Yeah, that's our key goal, is to stock what sells and don't stock what doesn't sell.
Yeah, and that takes time to gather the data. First, you have to fill up the store and then see what's moving, what's not moving, and it's all trial and error. Mm-hmm. So, take the store the direction that people want to take it, and that's the only way you're going to be successful.
No, I agree, and but we have a lot of vendors and distributors that come here, and all the distributors like their product out right there, and they want all of it canned. So how much muscle do you have over them?
Yeah, I mean, everybody at the end game is to sell as much as you can, so they want to put it up. So, we try to rotate and give everybody a chance to, and if something is selling, then we just
Oh, yes.
You just keep it.
Yes.
And keep it.
Well,
and make-
I don't think this whole thing between distributors and you affects the sales. We got a pretty good selection of products.
Yeah, and it's like I'm always like, if there's anything that you don't see that you want us to carry, just let us know. And I believe so. I think the mix is really good. We have a lot of organic and healthy selection, and at the same time, we have a lot of conventional items too. So whatever you're looking for.
Yes. Yes, perfect. Well, I'll let you get back to work. And thanks
Tom.
a lot.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll see you next week. Well, that was super. Mr. Singh's relatives are here, and they're enjoying an overstay for a celebration in the family. So, I guess the big news that's on everybody's lips is the Poppy Pop-Up is coming back this Monday at 6 o'clock. It's 6 to 8 and on the Plaza. And what they do is they fence in the area, and the dogs are in a fenced-in area. And then also within the fenced-in area is they have some coolers, and you can buy beverages. Hey, Lando. Hey, come on over. I'm live. Okay, all right. You would have been a great host, a guest. So the Poppy Pop-Up is this coming Monday. There's like a huge number of dates. It's all listed. It'll be in the Plaza literature boxes. I'm going to revamp in them and putting the online Clifton Chronicle in the literature boxes over the quarter of the time that the issue is out. So the Poppy Pop-Up, or the Pop-Up Puppy Park, is going to be from 6 to 8 on the Plaza, every weather permitting. So that's the big news this week. We'll just go on straight to the weekly flyer. The bulletin board wood on Telford may be replaced. I think everybody knows if they ever tried to put a poster or leaflet on the bulletin board, it's hard as rock. It's rock maple. I remember when the city put it in, and I wondered why they put that in. And I expected that they had done their due diligence to know what was appropriate for bulletin boards in public space. Rock maple is probably the hardest wood next to oak. It maybe even be harder, but anyway, we're going to get that wood may be replaced. It'll make it a lot easier to put staples in, take staples out, and reuse them. That's probably the best benefit of having the soft wood there, is that you can reuse the staples. The CCAC may take over the music on the Plaza this summer. They've been looking to use various places for their programming. I think this is a great use of their resources, and it certainly will help Lydia, who's done an exemplary job over since the start of the Plaza, booking the bands and serving drinks on the Plaza. The Plaza has a liquor license. It's $2,700 a year, I believe. So we can finance the operational costs of these events using that liquor license. So that's a great use of that. Going on to events this week. Well, of course, we have a broadcast, and 8 p.m. tonight at Sitwell's is the music of Whistle and Spit. 8 p.m. tonight at Sitwell's. It's Wednesdays is Esquire half price wine night. At 7 p.m. on every Wednesday is trivia at the Garage. I'd like to check in on that and see how that's going. But tonight at 7 p.m. is trivia at the Garage. I don't know whether they do it downstairs or upstairs, but it's very popular. And on Thursday, we have open mic at Lydia's, 6 p.m. It's Thirsty Thursday at the Esquire, where beers are $3 all day. Every third Thursday at the library at 7 p.m. is the family story time. Well, you ought to come over and be interviewed. I'm live on YouTube.
Are you?
Yeah, you can sit down with that. You need to sit down.
I'm all right.
So every third Thursday at the library at 7 p.m. is family story time, where you can show up in your pajamas. It's a lot like the readings in the morning for the kids. Friday, always at 5 p.m. is beer and wine tastings at Mike's Wine and Beer. It's $10 for a flight of 4 beers, and it's $12 for a flight of 4 wines, cheese, complimentary plate included. On Friday, this Friday, Lydia's is going to host Sassafras Grass. Lydia's on Friday. And also on Friday, at screening The Room at the Esquire. There's a screening at 7 and there's a screening at 10. It's The Room at the Esquire. Saturday at 1:30 p.m. at Trailside is a nature walk. Also Saturday at 5 p.m. is Mike's Beer and Wine Tastings at Ludlow Beer and Wine. He's the anchor of entertainment on this street. Also Saturday at 2, 5, and 7:30 at the Esquire, they're screening Casablanca. So there's 3 screenings on Saturday at the Esquire of Casablanca. And then later we'll get to the discussion with UC film professor Joe Horney. So that's Saturday at 2, 5, and 7. 7:30, I'm sorry. They're going to screen Casablanca at the Esquire on Saturday. Also at the Garage at 8:30 on Saturday, March 23rd, is ABBARama, the tribute band to ABBA. 8:30 on Saturday at the Garage. At 8 p.m. at Improv Cincinnati, which has gone into the Black Box Theater across the street from CVS at 404 Ludlow Avenue, is Hot Mic. I'm dying to get there and check this out. 8 p.m. Improv Cincinnati on Saturday, March 23rd at the old Clifton Performance Space. Also on Saturday at Lydia's, the Honeycombs and Slice perform. Saturday at Lydia's. Also Saturday, this is the crown jewel of events here in Clifton. At 11:55, you have to purchase your tickets for the Rocky Horror Picture Show at the Esquire, and then have the theatrical screening afterwards. So that's it. This Saturday, March 23rd at 11:55 p.m. Tickets must be purchased by 11:55. The screening of Rocky Horror Picture Show. And then probably the reverence of the performance will stay up all night and then meet up at 8:45 in the morning at Trailside for litter pickup. That starts off the Sunday at Trailside. At 10 a.m. there's a Trailside bird walk. And also at 11 a.m. Lydia has her jazz brunch with Ron Enyard's Jazz Quartet. And then later in the afternoon on Sunday at 2:30 at Trailside, there's a botany walk with Dr. Conover. and crowning off the Casablanca screening at the Esquire on Sunday, March 24th at 7 p.m. There'll be an in-depth discussion with Joe Morini, the UC film prof. And then follow up on that, the screening of Casablanca on Monday, March 25th. It's going to be screened also at 2 and 7 at the Esquire. Casablanca, last two shows are on Monday at 2 and 7. Mike Morosky is back at Lydia's on Monday. And the fourth Monday of the month is the Plaza, Clifton Plaza pop-up puppy party. It starts at 6 p.m. this Monday on the Plaza. Also on Monday at 6 p.m., Mike Morosky, I'm sorry, I had that mentioned twice, so he'll be right there performing while the pop-up puppy party goes on. Tuesday morning is the Trailside Hill Run at 6:15 a.m. Tuesday, March 26th, followed by after the mother goes for a hillside run. She'll come home. The baby will still be sleeping, but just in time for Tuesday to take the child to story time at 10 a.m. at the library. It's for the 2 and up. Also, the fourth Tuesday of every month is Clifton Music Club meets. Now this time they're going to be meeting at the Forest Chapel United Methodist Church at 640 Sharon Road to hear a recital. Clifton Music Club has been around since 1917. It was formed by women so that women could perform, because they weren't allowed to speak in public or perform in public. I suppose even not even gather in public. So in 1917, the Clifton Music Club was created. I just spoke to Penny, MJ Pennycuff. You can reach her at mjpennycuff@fuse.net or by calling her at 513-515-3690. The club obviously needs new patrons, and they organize competitions in voice, piano, and violin every year, and all the CCM students know about it, or the ones at the School of Performing Arts know about this contest. But we're looking to get some more new blood into the club so that it can go on forever. So we're meeting this coming Tuesday, March 26th at 1:30 p.m. This is the thing about the music club. It meets in the afternoon on Tuesday, kind of puts a damper on working mothers, but they're going to meet at the Forest Chapel United Methodist at 640 Sharon Road for a musical recital, maybe with the organ. Yeah, that's special. Following on Tuesday evening, Nelson Slater has been playing at Lydia's. It starts at 7 p.m. He's been doing this for about 3 or 4 weeks now. And to round off the events for the week, on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. is library story time for the 2 and under. So that's on Wednesdays. 2 and under meet at the library at 10:30 a.m. That's the flyer. The events, we'll go on to talk about a little bit about the Clifton Market. I'm trying to encourage the board to send out an update to the shareholders. It's been quite a while. And if you look at the history, the original contract was for 90 days with Mr. Singh. It was extended, and I believe they had a date in the contract and that's been extended. This was all supposed to take place in January. Now we're here in March with no updates, or Mr. Gehring gave his lecture, and I don't remember the date, but we need Mr. Gehring to give us an update. The gift card is always still here at the Clifton Market. If you get a gift card for $500, you get a $525 put on the card. It's always a great deal. Also, check out the coupon in the Clifton Chronicle, the printed edition. It's $5 off or $35. It's a great way to renew your great experience at Clifton Market. Jeff Brown is the manager. Now he's taken over day-to-day operations for market as Mr. Singh works tirelessly to see if he can move forward with this incredible project for the community, to have a sustainable community grocery store. Doesn't seem to be a day goes by without other communities trying to decide they're going to do the same thing that we're doing, and we're actually attempting to do it, but we still need a third more shoppers to make it profitable. And the fish and meat specials, we have wild caught mahi-mahi, and the Indiana kitchen bacon in bulk is still on sale. End cap specials include Lent specials, all the various fish breadings that you want to know. I'd like to try every one of them. Progressive soup, Campbell's soup, Zesta crackers, Old Orchard juice has a big end cap. Bounty paper towels are going to be on sale for the whole, like forever. They were bought in quantity at the beginning of the season. Tate's Bake Shop has a great end cap. Inspired Organics has 2 end caps. It's everything where March Madness, chips, salsa, dip, all organic, just incredible. Uncle Ray's Kettle Chips. Husband's Chips has their own end cap, looking good. Ice Mountain Water, IGA Spring Water, LaCroix is still on sale. The 12-pack Hunt's Tomatoes, Classic Pickles, Trade Winds Tea is still, and then at one of the end caps is Palmolive dish soap, Simply Done napkins, Angel Soft bath tissue is always on sale. General Mills and Kellogg cereal on sale at the end cap. And the beer, to go to the beer, we've already mentioned the 2 fantastic founders that Andrew was able to snag. The bottle is stout. I'm interested in what's in the big tall bottle. Let's see what that says. Barrel aged. I told Andrew, well, it's going to be aged about another day. Oh, it's an imperial stout, brewed with chocolate and coffee, aged in maple syrup, bourbon barrels. So I guess a lot of people like the stouts. I certainly enjoy them in the afternoon. And as soon as I transfer over from drinking coffee, then it's already past noon, so we'll go on and have something, a dark beverage at the same time. So let's go ahead and finish up reading the produce news. Now, the produce right now is at its place where we get the produce from faraway places. Mexico and California have been experiencing very cold, unusually cold and wet times, and that's put a hamper on, because that's actually the major suppliers of produce for the United States, and of course Clifton Market. So here we go. Asparagus, quality is good to very good. Beans, green beans are good with a stable supply. Corn, Mexico and Florida supplies are good. Onions, the green onions from Mexico, quality is fair to good. Snow peas and snaps, quality is good from Guatemala and Mexico. Potatoes, russet potatoes from Idaho, Washington, Colorado, and Wisconsin are good. Potatoes, red potatoes and white and Yukon from Washington, Idaho, North Dakota, California, and Florida. Quality is good on all colors and all areas. So potatoes are really the best thing to buy this time of year. Sweet potatoes, quality is good from all areas. And it's interesting thing about sweet potatoes is that the grocers have to withdraw a lot of sweet potatoes from the market to make sure that they can cover the need in Thanksgiving. Spinach from the desert region the quality is fair to good. Squash, yellow, and zucchini, the quality is good. Apples from Washington, good. Avocados from Mexico, California, Peru, Dominican Republic are good. Bananas, quality is good to very good from Central America. So there you go. There's the two top things, bananas and potatoes. Berries, black, raspberry, and blueberry quality is being reported as good to very good from Mexico, Peru, and Chile. Grapefruit quality is good from Texas and California. Kiwi fruit quality is fair to good from California, Italy, Greece, Chile, and New Zealand. Melons. Watermelon quality is good from California and Mexico, Honduras, Guatemala. Pears. Quality is good from Washington and California. That's the top produce picks. And it looks like you're going to have to make something from bananas and potatoes. So I have to look into that. Maybe they right at the deli they'll have something right there, and I won't have to make it. Let's go to social media, see what's happening on next door. Rehoming my chihuahuas. Somebody found a dog. Oh, look, here's Melissa Jenkins from Spring Grove Village. She's mentioned something about the Clifton Market. I am loving Clifton Market under new ownership. It was posted 20 hours ago. The quality of selection plus reasonable prices have me feeling so happy to have access to a small neighborhood grocery. Found every single item I wanted in one stop. And Lydia Goldenhauer chimes in, ditto. Jeff Wilson, ditto. Manuel Swezrat. I spoke to Mr. Singh recently. Clifton Market is looking into stocking the popular Cafe Bustelo soon. So this is really good. This is just what we need. People's individual needs can be had, and Cafe Bustelo is extremely important. Henry Ryan says, a loss, but no EBT. Now this is, I'm sorry, I didn't mention this to Mr. Singh, but the short end of the story on the EBT is that it's almost impossible to get these permits, and once the market has gone through a transition, which seems confounding to me, that the board couldn't work this out. It's just unacceptable. But nonetheless, the EBT is not working. And Natalie Hesper says, agreed. Renee Patrick chimes in from College Hill. They stopped accepting EBT. This is killing us. This is killing us. Mr. Gessling told me that EBT is like 10% of your business. And we have this to deal with. It's just horrible. Anyway, thank you, Melissa Jenkins, for that. Got a homicide arrest in Cincinnati police. Apartment for rent on Whitfield. There's a big push to get the survey filled out for the District 5 location. They want to put it in the old permits building on Central Parkway or College Hill, and it seems like the developers are trying to do the College Hill thing and putting putting undue pressure on efficiency, on the prices of the two properties that are about Central Parkway. It's 50% of the College Hill, and the College Hill will take a long time. 10 years more to complete. So we just don't understand who makes these decisions. Mr. Canley knows. There's another one from Sean Kelly about District 5 headquarters. Said good coverage on the current state and history of the issue. District 5 serves 9 full neighborhoods. And it has a link there on the WVXU broadcast. Thank you, Sean Kelly, for that. Sean Mulaney from Clifton says law and safety meeting tomorrow at 9 a.m. Let's see, when was this? 16 hours ago, so it's already gone. So I hope it was well attended. There's got the Clifton pop-up puppy party. Alexis Fraser Kane is chimed in on that. First one is this coming Monday at 6 p.m. Someone's looking for a hardware floor. My brother's looking to put a hardwood floor in his home, and he's looking to get recycled hardwood flooring. That's his goal right now, recycling things like this. Cats Walks Dogs, North Side, Rachel Katz. Scammer with vehicle, private owner, seeking in-home daycare, Clifton Scout Troops annual mulch sale in progress. Clifton Scout Troop 616 annual mulch sale is in progress. Gee, how do you can go to next door and then message them. I suppose that's how you get information. I don't like the way that they post this as a message. I'm not going there right now. So somebody's selling a double stroller. Scout Troop also 616 has a plant and mulch sale. Okay, here, see more. Okay, the annual mulch and flower sale for Scout Troop 616. Hey, Eric. Hey, I'm live. You want to sit down and say hello? I'm just reading the news. It's getting kind of boring. So we need some relief. I was talking about the Scout Troop mulch and plant sale.
Okay. What plant sale?
The Scout Troop always has the mulch and plant
Mulch.
sale.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and they're also, well, the Girl Scouts are selling the cookies now.
Yeah.
So,
Uh-huh.
so introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Eric Onsbach. I live in Clifton. Bought a share in the market and been shopping here. You know, like to see it go well, do well. So, yeah.
Yes. Everything looks fantastic at the market. We're excited about the transfer.
Yeah.
And we're trying to.
Is that going okay? Process?
I'm trying to encourage the board to put out a notice. I think that's what needs to be done. You know, they had one out. You probably received it.
Some time ago, maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, gee, it had to be at least 2 months ago.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is. Anyway, that's the status.
Yeah.
From Mr. Singh's talking. Well, anyway, we won't go into it. So.
Okay. I'll look into it and see what you have to say here.
I wish you were a board member. Were you on the board at one time?
No, never been on the board. No. Yeah. So there's a lot of drama involved with everything around here, and I've never been part of that. So.
Well, I've been covering the community for a long time, and there's personality drama occasionally, but we're really having a great groundswell of support. Like people stepping up to be trustees, stepping up to be board members. We have a surplus.
Yeah.
As long as we're all civil to each other, there's a surplus.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you always have some great insight into the dynamic economy of the store and surrounding areas. Have you thought anything more about that?
Well, as I'm sure everybody's seen me talk about it before on this broadcast.
Well, yes, but curious. I mean, you obviously read some. And educated yourself about.
Yeah, well, I got a planning degree from DAP, and so I read all kinds of these like nonfiction books, and one of them is a very good book. Talks about the importance of local economies and local businesses. Is this book by the author Stacy Mitchell, I believe, Big Box Swindle, and about
Big Box Swindle.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a great book. It was written some years back, but it's still relevant, and I think nothing's really changed. About how, these huge big box stores, national chains, these giant stores are really actually not good for the economy and for local economies and for neighborhoods, and it kind of all ties into like greater.
You could say that Amazon is not good for the community either.
Right. Yeah. And Amazon, since that book is written, Amazon's come around, and Amazon and all these big chain, big box stores too. It's the same thing. It kind of exacerbates the problem in our society of inequality of wealth, and it makes it more difficult for. People love places like Ludlow Avenue and Hyde Park Square and all these little neighborhood centers, and they say, oh, they love them and they want them to be there and all this, but they still drive out to these big shopping centers and buy stuff from these giant big box stores because they love getting these like bargain prices, and
that's human nature.
And so the stores operate. It used to be that when I was a kid, I'm actually older than people think. There were people called them discount stores, and because it was a discount, you're
the Bob
compared
Costa at Clifton.
Huh?
The Bob Costa at Clifton.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I am. And so so there would be like regular stores like on Ludlow Avenue, but you drive out to some, they were like stores like Ontario and Twin Fair and those kind of stores, Gold Circle when I was a kid, and these giant stores with a big parking lot, and the business model of everybody driving in there and getting these bargains, but it was a discount store because it was cut rate, low prices, because they sell this huge volume, and it's gotten to the point where like practically all retail has gone to that model now, and they came with these category killer big box stores, bookstores and toy stores and sporting goods stores and everything, and they put all these other small stores out of business, and so everything's operating on this, big scale of these giant stores brought in to attract a huge market of people driving in, and people don't really realize that the whole thing is like a cut rate model, but it's based on large corporations owning all this, and it makes it like impossible for in a lot of categories. There's no way small local retailers can contribute. That's why there's so few,
and
few stores.
Amazon and Google and the big box stores, they have lots of ad dollars to convince you that this is okay.
Yeah, and it's kind of gotten to be the norm. Americans just think of it's the norm. As you want to buy something, you just drive out to one of these big giant stores and buy it, or they buy it from Amazon. And Amazon's, since they don't have brick and mortar stores, they're able to undercut all those big box stores, and it's resulting in, of course, people like the Walton family with Walmart, and now Jeff Bezos now becoming. He's like the wealthiest person in the world. And
is he running for president?
I haven't heard that. I saw somewhere where he's like adjusted for, equalized.
Yeah, Mark
wealth.
Zuckerberg ought to run for president.
Yeah, I've heard that Jeff Bezos is like the wealthiest person in the history of the world, I think, something like that.
And you remember all those years where they didn't make any money, Amazon.
Yeah.
So if anybody deserves to get money, it's him who was selling this idea 20 years ago. Was it 20 years ago they had Amazon? Or, no, it wasn't that long. But nonetheless, he was the first one to start with this vision, and he's reaped the benefits, and
but it's it comes at a cost to our society and people don't realize it. It just kind of it's resulting in like a lot of people in this country suffering. There's like
he's a modern Carnegie.
Yeah.
These guys are the Carnegies.
Right, exactly.
It's ruthless.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll get a conscience later, or like learn how to sing Amazing Grace, like Carnegie did. He put all those libraries in. But who was the other guy? Who was the other magnate?
Vanderbilt. I don't know, some of the others.
Vanderbilt. He didn't do any libraries. Yeah. Carnegie got guilty later on.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Bezos. He's going to give back.
Bill Gates is giving away billions and billions. He's encouraging
He is
Warren
giving away.
Buffett,
Yes,
they're
you're right.
encouraging people to give away huge
Yeah.
amounts of their wealth.
I understand,
And,
and that's
Yeah.
what we want to see from our tech leaders.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, really, I mean, people say, well, people should be able to get rich. It's like, well, it gets to the point where when people get billions of dollars, additional billions does nothing to, you know. I mean, you see about that, like,
What do you need, just
the,
1 billion?
The increase of, like, there's a certain point of money where any additional money makes no effect on their life, but, you know, when they're that wealthy. But on the other hand, you get people who are making, you know, $15,000 a year, you know, another $500 really improves their life, you know, and it just, it's a whole different thing. And there's so many more people now, you know, who are financially struggling
Well, what kind of revolution is that are we going to see? You know, you always got to look back in history and see what are we primed for? What is the kind of revolution that's going to have to take place? And I can't think of anything except we have to start a new country.
yeah, I don't know, or a big, massive overhaul.
We have to go to Mars. See, we got another chance at Mars.
Low power.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
I
it's
want
the
this.
reason to explore Mars. Or National Geographic story on other planets in the galaxy that might have life. So.
So, yeah. Yeah, well, we got a chance there.
Yeah. So,
I hope that plugged it in.
well, to bring back Ludlow Avenue, it's like in the market. I mean, it does actually help, you know, the local community to have, you know, locally owned businesses and small businesses. And I mean, there's various ways it helps. One is the people who can't drive out to these big stores. They have a store. I mean, this is right on the bus line. There's people get off the bus and do their grocery shopping here. There's people who, you know, students from other countries or other places in the United States that come here, and people just simply don't want to have to be tied to having a car all the time. And people who, you know, can't drive because of they're elderly or too young or too old or not physically able to drive. And yeah,
This store can supply all those people.
Yeah.
This is a big experimental restoration of Main Street here.
Yeah.
We got our little cute theater, we got our cute market, we got a CVS, several banks. Can we make a go of it? Can we turn it? I'm kind of like writing the New York Times article. It's going to be in the Sunday supplement.
yeah,
But I haven't seen those articles in the paper yet.
yeah,
I haven't seen any article like that in the paper lately.
yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be doable. So how are we going to do it? Apple Street wants to follow our model. Oakley wants to have Pleasant Ridge has an opportunity.
Yeah.
So there's you hear about these communities that want to have a grocery store.
Yeah.
In the paper recently, I've read at least two of them, and
I think Walnut Hills. I've just heard of the headline. I don't know much about Walnut Hills.
yeah, Walnut Hills, another prime candidate. Oh, that was right. Something about the Kroger store. They wanted to put a grocery store in the old Kroger store.
Okay. Yeah.
So my gosh, you know, we can't make it in Clifton.
Yeah, I was hoping they could put another building and replace that Kroger with something else, because it's just a giant blank wall on the street there, both streets. But,
Well, if we learned anything from opening this market, if Walnut Hill can possibly go into a smaller space, it might help.
I think maybe, like so one thing about this store is I don't know that it needed to be this large. Although honestly, I think there's a thing about the numbers here, the financials about running the store, and I was surprised at the actual cost of the building was really low. It was the greatest share of the cost of running the store was the personnel, was paying the people working here. That's just was by far like way larger than the cost of the building itself. So,
well, we suffered with a startup model that the store was going to make $260 a week.
Yeah.
And so we had employees in the upper echelon that were making over $100,000 a year.
Really?
So this went on for 2 years until it collapsed.
Yeah.
Mr. Singh came in, and then there was nobody making $100,000.
Yeah.
It was the cashiers and the butchers.
Yeah.
And
that's why, I suppose maybe, starting out with the smaller stores so there's fewer people involved in running it, would have helped out. Because I was really surprised when they were doing the work how large the place was and how, I'd been kind of thinking maybe before they did the renovations, maybe just like build a wall halfway back and start out with a smaller store.
Looking back on it, I think that it would have made more sense. But everybody was gung ho with this $260,000 a week, and you couldn't really deny them because basically that's how the store would have survived.
Uh-huh.
And we had to go into Plan B, which is make it a community store,
Yeah.
which is impossible.
Uh-huh.
Dare I say that?
Yeah.
Can I say that?
Well, I don't know what you mean. What do you mean community store? What?
It's this store as a community store is impossible.
Uh-huh.
Do you think so?
I'm not sure what you mean by community store then.
Well, it's a store that survives from the community.
Yeah.
Instead of our initial job was to open a store that was an uptrend destination store.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I think it's probably more realistic to just figure it's going to get people within a couple miles of here. You know, not something it's not going to be like Trader Joe or Jungle Gym where people are
Not
across
yet.
town.
Not yet. Mr. Singh wants to turn it into like a mini
Yeah.
jungle gym, but in this terrible, coming up from the ashes of the Phoenix,
Yeah.
the only way we were going to survive is be a community store at first,
Uh-huh.
and then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of expertise with business, so I don't know.
I don't either,
that's
so
a-
I'm going to have to say,
Yeah.
I'll have to do some more research on that.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah.
But in the meantime, we'll continue to broadcast, and we're looking forward to. We're optimistic. I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
I see traffic every day increase.
Yeah.
Here?
Oh yeah.
The flow is better. All
Yeah.
the in capture. So, just as I said many times, that we looking for a third more shoppers.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm only a single guy, and I find myself ending up eating elsewhere for various reasons, and so I haven't bought as many groceries.
No, you
recently
don't have to.
because
You're fine. You're fine.
I'm
there.
trying to-
No, you
I'm trying
can.
to
You
buy
can
some- yeah.
go out and adopt a family of 8.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
maybe you want to do that.
Yeah. They won't fit in my place right now, so.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eric, for stopping
Yeah,
by.
yeah,
It was a great recap to all this craziness
Uh-huh.
at the market.
Okay, great. Yeah. See ya. Thanks.
All right. I think we had a great video this time. And I'm finished with the news, and we're going to sign off until next Wednesday here at the cafe at Clifton Market.